Hi, GSL10. So, as you know, that we have finished our materials for our final exam from Unit 8 to Unit 10. Now, starting today, we're going to review one by one. So, it's going to be quite a long video. Therefore, if you're not sure with one part of the language point, you just can go to that certain part to get some information about the language point before you do the exercise. All right, let's start from Unit 8.1 here. The first is, you still remember this, when you make a sentence using it is time. So here actually you have two clauses, it is time, and then another clause is I did something. So it is time, and then I did something. Here, the meaning of it is time I did something, well, here is present simple and here is past tense. It is part of contemporary grammar. So grammar that has some exception, grammar that you need to learn the unique features of the language. It's not just, oh, I follow, this is present simple, so this is present simple. No, but this is called contemporary grammar. There are some exceptions that you can learn from this discussion. So once again, yeah, it is time, present simple, and then you did your homework. What is the meaning of this? Here, the meaning is I should have done something. So actually, you should have done. It is already the time that you are doing something else. So you're supposed to be doing something else now already. If you say it is time you did your homework, actually you should have done it before this time. It means that you are already late. No, it is time you did your homework. You're already late now. So it is a kind of stressing. It is a kind of giving you the urge to do something now. It's like, teacher, when are we going to do the homework? Oh, it is time you did the homework now. Like you are already late. Like, when are we going to do the homework? Oh, yesterday. Something like that. So it is the use of the language. It's not just the grammar, but what is the meaning behind that, the underlining meaning of that sentence. All right. Now, the next one is I would rather. This is would, not had, but would. As this one is it is, and here is would rather. Sometimes you contract it, you shorten it into I'd rather. The same thing, I'd rather, and then another clause, you did or you didn't. This is past tense. I would rather, well, you can say this is a kind of, would is a kind of past tense, but it is also used in present simple. I would rather you did or you didn't do that or something. So what is the meaning in that? I'd rather you didn't smoke in here. Actually, you smoke, and I'd rather, don't smoke here. I'd rather you didn't smoke here. This is all in the past tense, but actually the meaning is, of course, now. Now, like it is emphasis. It is emphasized that you should not smoke here. I'd rather you didn't smoke here. Well, you can say this is quite polite or maybe a little bit sarcastic somehow, but I'd rather you didn't sleep here. For example, you were annoyed with your brother or sister for wearing your shirt. And then you say, I'd rather you didn't wear my shirt. It's quite polite, but there, you know that it is very strong. The intention is very strong. Okay, that is I'd rather. But I'd rather can be followed by verb one. If you see here, I'd rather you, this is a sentence, right? I'd rather you didn't smoke. But in here, you don't have the subject of the clause. So it goes, I'd rather do something, or I'd rather not do something. So you learn here, if you have the subject of the clause, then you use past tense here. But if you don't have the subject of the clause, then you follow I'd rather with verb one here. I'd rather do, or I'd rather not do. Let's take a look at the example here. I'd rather not spend. In here, you don't have the subject of this clause. And then you just say this in verb one. I'd rather spend if it is positive. I'd rather not spend if it is negative. I'd rather not spend all day lying on the beach. I'd rather means this is not my favorite activity. I'd rather do something else than just spend all day lying on the beach. All right. I'd rather means there are two choices or maybe more than two choices. Then this choice that you see now is less favorite to me. So I'd rather do something else. All right, and sometimes you have then. All right, so the next bit is I'd better. I'd better is, of course, this is would, but here is had. I had better. I had better is followed by verb one in here. You don't have subject here, but you just have the verb. I'd rather do something, or I'd better do, or I'd better not do something. So verb one. I'd better fix that window as soon as I can. I'd better, and then verb one in here. Yeah, verb one in here. Subject, had better, and verb one. But you see, I'd is the same as I'd here too. But if you have better, it means here is had. If you have rather, it means here is would. All right, let's take a look at our example sentences here. Number one, as you can see, also refer to this rule here. It is time I went home. It means I should have gone home by now. I should have disappeared from here. So I should have left for home. It is too late already, actually. I should have been home by now. It is time I went home. It is already a bit late. So here, I'm going to change the font into red so you will remember. Yes, it is time I went home. I would rather, or I'd rather in here, number three. I would rather you, if you have subject here, then it is past tense. I would rather you did your homework yourself. So this one is past tense, yeah, because you have you there. Okay. I'd rather the same, but this is contraction. This is a short form of would. I'd rather she didn't take the program. But you know, your preference maybe is different from what people want to do. I'd rather I want her to take another program, but she took that program. And then you say, actually, I'd rather she didn't take that program. So once again, if you have subject, you follow it with verb second, you know, the past tense. And then she'd rather, you can also use the subject she there. She'd rather I worked. This is past tense. Right, quite clear with these three sentences as examples. Number five, they would rather stay home than go out. While it is not safe, stay home here. Would rather, but there is no subject, stay. Yeah. So it is not in the past tense. This is verb one. I would rather, no subject, verb one. Then go out. This is also, of course, parallel. Parallel means the same. This is verb one. Then this is the verb one. Okay, because there is no subject here. Verb one. They would rather not go. Yeah, here they would rather no subject, and then verb one. Number seven, I had better take. This is verb one here. I better listen. This is also verb one. Okay, the next one is reported speech. Now, in reported speech, you have some changes in tenses. Use reported or indirect speech to tell people what somebody said or thought. Make the tense as of the verb one step further back into the past. So if you see here is present simple, yeah, and then you change this present simple into past tense. Present to past. You move one tense back. I want to go out. This is, you see the quotation mark. So this quotation mark means that the sentence is direct. Those are quotation marks. Here, quotation marks. I want to go out. This is direct sentence, and then she said. The said is past tense. So the action also in past tense. She said that, or you don't want to use that there. She said she wanted to go out. From want, from wanted. Number two, modal verbs also change. For example, can. Can you help me paint the kitchen? She asked me if I could. And here, can becomes could. This is yes, no question. Can you help me paint the kitchen? Is yes, no question. The answer can be yes or can be no. So with yes, no question, you use if or whether. This is yes, no question. If. And then can becomes could. She asked me if I could help her paint the kitchen. All right. Next one, yeah. Number 3. Subject and object pronouns change. I will give it to you soon. Subject is I, and object pronoun is you here. Give it to you. So he said, he is I there. He said he would give it to me because this direct sentence is addressed to me. So he said he would give it to me soon. So you have to be very careful. The I there, who is I there? If the I there, he, then you have to change accordingly. He said, he, here, and you here is me, because you are talking to he, you're talking to him. Number 4, references to particular times also change. The books will be delivered tomorrow. This tomorrow is changed because the tomorrow of yesterday is today, right? The tomorrow of last year, of course, not the tomorrow of today. The tomorrow of today is Tuesday. You know, tomorrow is Tuesday. But last month, maybe the tomorrow of last month is not Tuesday. The tomorrow of last month may be another day, you know. So in order to avoid confusion, you just say the next day. For example, last year she said the books would be delivered the next day of last year, the next day of last month, you know, the next day, not tomorrow, because the reference of time will be different, and you will confuse people who listen to you. They would ask you, when did she say that? Last year. Oh, last year. So the tomorrow of last year is not Tuesday. So to avoid confusion, you have to match, you have to change the reference of time. So from tomorrow becomes the next day. Number 5, word order changes as well. Word order. What are you doing this weekend? What are you doing this weekend is a question, you know. This is direct question. But if you change into a reported question or indirect question, direct question, then you change this into a sentence, not a question. What are you doing this weekend is a question. He asked me what we were doing this weekend. This is not a question. Okay? So he asked me, and then what, and then the other clause, we were doing. Not he asked me what were we doing, but what we were doing. All right, we will see that in our examples here later on. Number 6 now, if or whether, when reporting yes or no question. Just like here in number 2, this is yes, no question. Then you have if or whether. We will check on this. Okay, so I am vegetarian. I am here is present simple. So what is the direct or indirect speech? She said, she, not I, right? She said, she said, she said. It's very difficult to say that, especially when you're hungry. She said that she was, yeah, present simple, am become was vegetarian. Okay, she said that she was vegetarian. Of course, it depends on when she said that. If she said that a few minutes ago, maybe you just say she is still vegetarian. So she said she is vegetarian because the time is still relevant for now. But if she said that like a few weeks ago, and then she said she was vegetarian. She was a vegetarian. Sorry, I am sorry, a vegetarian. All right. Next, yeah. She doesn't eat meat. Doesn't here present simple. And then you say, I thought she said. This is indirect speech. I thought she said she didn't eat meat, but now she is eating a lot of meat with me. I thought she said she didn't eat meat. I thought you said you didn't eat meat. All right. They can swim. My sister said that. This is optional. You can put that or not. My sister said that they still the same they could swim. Yes. Okay. Number 4, I will see my mother soon. Billy said, Billy is a man or a boy. Billy said that, or this is optional again. Billy said that he will become, yes, would see. Mine becomes his, yes, mother. Okay, number 5, we are leaving for Bangkok tomorrow. They told me we is they, right? They told me they or that they are leaving becomes, yes, we're leaving for Bangkok. Tomorrow becomes, yes, the next day. Okay. So with this, you need to consider a few things before you actually make the sentence. All right. Just be careful. Be patient. Patient is actually very useful when you try to learn something. Be patient. Sometimes I think I am stupid, and then I always tell myself, oh, Johnny, I will be patient with you. I know you're stupid, so I'm going to be patient with you. Yeah, we need to love ourselves, right? If we Okay, so number 6, the pizza will be delivered in 5 minutes. The cashier told me that the pizza, what is it? Would, all right, would be delivered in 5 minutes. Of course, there's no change. 5 minutes today, now, or 5 minutes last year is the same. 5 minutes, or you say 5 minutes later. You know. Number 7, do you know Mr. Ritty? She asked me. This is yes, no question, right? She asked me if whether, yeah, whether I, no, whether do, yeah, whether did, yeah. But there is a sentence here after this. She asked me if whether I knew. Yes, Mr. Ritty. I hope you watch this Zoom video. Some students are not patient. They just want to do the exercise and they say, done, teacher. Everything is wrong. Done, teacher. Yes, be patient with yourself. Where do you live? He asked me where. This is not yes, no question, but just where. Where I, sentence, where I live. Okay. Next, do you enjoy the movie? He asked me if, this is yes, no questions, if whether I enjoyed the movie. Sometimes my students laugh when I say enjoy. For some reason, I don't know. Enjoy, and then my students laugh. Anyway, he asked me if I enjoyed the movie. Okay, so 2 done. Yeah, you can watch. You can go to the seconds or the minutes when I explain this language point if you're a bit tired of listening to this. Well, there's a good idea to listen to this while you are eating or while you are drinking your coffee or while you are, daydreaming. So don't take it too seriously, but just listen while you're doing something. It's okay. Studying can be relaxing too. Now, the third one, reporting verbs. Reporting verbs. The verbs that are used in reporting. Say and explain are followed by that, or maybe not by that. So you can use that or not. We call it optional. 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 Optional means you want to do it or not. It is okay. Optional. Right? This is the word. So she explained that John was ill and couldn't come. She explained John was ill and couldn't come. You can use explain and in your reporting. Now, tell is followed by verb plus object in that. He told us, this is the object here. He told us that we needed to show identification. Here, told, and then object pronoun. He told us, he told me, he told them, he told, and then here, yeah, that, and then a clause. A clause means subject and then verb. And in here, you see the told and needed are parallel, the same tense here. He told us that we needed. Okay. Of course, you can say he told us that we need. Need, if the time is still relevant now, you say we need. Or for stressing, we still need it now. But if it is something in the past, not necessarily relevant with the present moment, then you just follow past tense and then past tense. Ask, remind, and warn are followed by object plus infinitive. So told us and then infinitive. For us anyway. We reminded him to mail the letter, not we reminded him that we reminded him to mail, followed by to infinitive. This is the object pronoun and then to infinitive. Okay. Promise and decide are followed by infinitive. We decided, no object pronoun here. We decided to stay at home and watch TV. When you don't have the object pronoun here, it means to stay, the subject is we. Yeah. So in here, the subjects are different. We reminded him. Him is the subject of mail. But we decided to stay. The subject of stay is we. So we decided, we stayed. Because the subject is the same, you can erase the second subject. We decided, we stay becomes we decided to stay. The subject of decide and stay are the same, we. But here the subject are different. We and him are different. Okay, that's if you want to understand more about why we change this. Now, next, admit and suggest are followed by gerund. So after admit, then gerund. He admitted liking her a lot. Right. So these are our senses. The teacher explained that our class participation was part of the final grade. Explained, this one, explained past tense, and then past tense was part. Number two, the police officer told me, this is the object pronoun, that I needed to wear a helmet at that time. Yeah? I needed. Told past tense, needed past tense. Number three, the police officer warned me to wear. This is not followed by a clause, but followed by here an infinitive after the object pronoun. So the police warned and I wear, different subject. Number four, she promised to come to class more regularly. She promised she would come. So she promised to come to class more regularly. Number five, he didn't admit taking the money from the drawer. Admit followed by gerund. Admit and suggest. For example, if you want to say suggest, he suggested taking the train. Something like this. So after suggest and admit, you put the gerund. Okay, maybe I need a small break for now and then continue another three. All right, let's continue. Now this is adjective and adverbs, hard and hardly. So as you know, adjective is different from adverbs, of course. You see hard and hardly, they are different. Hard as an adjective means firm and difficult to cut or break. For example, the mattress is too hard. It's not soft, it is hard. Right, so the mattress is too hard. The hard is adjective, right? The next one, hard is an adverb. As an adverb means using a lot of effort or force. For example, she's been working hard all day. As you can see here, the hard here is the same as the hard here in writing. But here the hard is adjective because hard here modifies the mattress. So the mattress, hard. The mattress, hard. Like this. The mattress is hard. Hard here is an adjective because it talks about the mattress. But she's been working hard all day. She has been working like this, hard. The hard here does not modify she, not she. She hard, no. She is not hard. No, not yet, not the same. not hard, but working hard. So the hard here modifies the noun matters. The hard here modifies the verb, and you can make the rule in here that adverb modifies verb, right? And adjective modifies the noun. Okay, this is our rule. So hardly is different from these two. Hardly is an adverb, which means almost not or very little. I hardly know the people in my class. Hardly here means almost not. It means I don't know the people in my class. I do not know. You say I hardly know. And then here, hardly is often used with anything, anyone, anywhere, and ever. So you say I hardly ever go out in the evening. Hardly ever means almost never. Okay, let's take a look at the example here. I'm going to use it. So the exam is hard. Hard is an adjective, modifies the exam. But we study hard for the exam. Study hard. Yeah. But here is hard as adjective, modifies the noun. Okay. The rain was hard yesterday. The rain, hard here is adjective, right? Modifies the rain. It rained hard. The hard here is adverb. It modifies rain. Rained hard. Number 3, she hardly ever fails her exam. Means hardly here means almost never. Hardly fails her exam. If you say she can hardly cook, she can hardly cook, it means she cannot cook. No, she can hardly cook. She can cook and she can hardly cook. You put hardly means not, almost not. I hardly know anyone at the party, so hardly here is also almost not. So it's different. Hard and hardly are different. You also have the same adjective and adverb in, for example, fast. In other words, fast, you don't have fastly. The car is fast. And here it is adjective. And then you say the car runs. the car has legs. The car runs fast, not fastly. This is irregular adverb. Okay. All right. Now vocabulary. There's a bunch of words that probably are difficult. Bestseller is usually for book. You say the book is a bestseller. This one, yeah? A bestseller. This is usually for books. It means the book sells very well. Many people wants to read that book and many people buys the book. So the book is a bestseller. Seller here is not like you sell handphones or you become a seller in a shop. No, it is bestseller for a book. Okay, not oh, she is a bestseller. No, she is a bestseller is a little bit rude, you know. The book is a bestseller. Bestseller is usually for books. Number 2, here is have had their day. You know, like the person was famous, but now not anymore. John Bon Jovi has had his day. Has had his day here means he used to be popular. He used to be great when he was great. Now he's not very popular. Do you know John Bon Jovi? Maybe some of you even do not know John Bon Jovi. All right, it's a rock singer. Next, number 3, go under. Go under means also like going bankrupt. If somebody does not have any money anymore. A lot of quality schools, good schools, quality schools are going under now. Going under here means going bankrupt, going in a very difficult financial problems, like, well, schools, even PUC, because there are not many students, and even students think that, you know, they should not come back to school. Even a lot of us, a lot of students don't want to study online. So PUC is also experiencing the same. And you can also, think that the teachers are also in problems, in having a lot of problems now, financial problems. Number 4, don't give up trying. Give up here means don't stop. Don't stop trying. Trying here is Jared. Don't stop trying. Don't give up trying. You need to be perseverance means, perseverance means always try also, although you fall and then you get up again. Perseverance in order to achieve not you, your goals. I will make a few spelling mistakes here and there because I have to write myself. These are my own sentences. Sometimes I make mistakes. The job vacancy doesn't seem to suit me, but I will give it a try. Give it a try means, a try. This is a noun here. Give it a try. My videos on YouTube are not up to snuff. Up to snuff means not good yet. Not good yet. Not many people wants to watch it yet. Not up to snuff. Interesting. Interesting expression. Not up to snuff. Yeah, can see. Be up to snuff. If you erase the not, of course it is good enough. My videos on YouTube are up to snuff. It means they are good already. But of course, not mine. My videos are still not good, so I still need to improve myself. Number 7, I don't like waiting for instructions. I'd rather be proactive. Proactive means you take initiative. You take initiative. Oh, one N. Take initiative means you don't wait. You are active, proactive. You what is it? You pick the ball. Pick the ball. When you play soccer, you run, you pick the ball. You don't let the ball go. You run, you chase around the ball. Number 8, he can be manipulative. Manipulative means he can change your mind and then maybe trick you, because after you change your influence, then that person can use you, manipulate. He can be manipulative, so you had better be careful with him. Number 9, his words are so witty. Witty, yeah, you see, where is it? Is it here? Of course, yeah, witty. Witty means clever use of words, clever and funny. His words are so witty that you want to finish reading his writing. Witty means clever and funny. He is single-minded means he only thinks about one thing. He doesn't change. He just wants this one badly. He is single-minded about what he wants to achieve in life. All right, so some words here I have given you, the examples, but if you don't, you should grabbable, grabbable, not grabbable, gradable, gradable. We talk about this, yeah, gradable. Important, very important means vital. Upset, very upset means devastated. Hungry, very hungry means starving. Tired, very tired means exhausted. You can also use extremely, absolutely. For example, extremely exhausted. So you don't say extremely very tired, but extremely exhausted. We call this non-gradable. It's the top already. All right, so this is the unit 8 that we have discussed up to now, right? Unit 8, the references of Unit 8. And we have 2 more there. All right. All right, now it is sequencing. Sequencing is putting the according to the order of time. You also have clauses here, dependent clauses and independent clauses, just like the previous examples there. Now, having is followed by past participle, or after is followed by present participle. Past participle is verb 3, so having followed by verb 3. After is followed by verb ing. Okay, having verb 3, after verb ing. You can also think that after is a preposition, and a preposition is followed by verb ing, gerund. Yeah. So use having plus verb 3 or after plus verb ing to show the order of events when telling a story or describing a series of events. Series means 1, 2, 3, 4, like in a flow of order. Now, this one, yeah. Having discussed, this is verb 3. Having discussed the problem for several hours, comma, we, this is the subject. So we discussed the problem for several hours. But because we have two we here and we here, so we change this. Having discussed the problem for several hours, comma, we decided to go out for something to eat. Only talking about problem where to eat for several hours maybe. Yes, so they discussed the problem and then they decided to eat. Because the we in here is the same as the we in here. You erase the we in here, then it becomes having discussed. After that, what we do? After explaining to her boss why she needed a raise, comma, she. So here again, the same subject. She told him and she explained. Because there are two she's, then you erase this one. And then after explaining. She explained becomes after explaining to her boss why she needed a raise. She told him that she was thinking of leaving company. Yes, some people are not happy with their money, the salary they get from the company, and think about moving. All right, so having verb 3 after verb 8. Because they have two, the same subjects, they erase the first subject and then they use having plus verb 3 or after plus verb 8. Then the subject is in the middle. You have a comma, comma, and then the subject. All right. Other examples with a similar structure include before painting the room. This is also the same subject. Yeah, she painted the room, and she had to strip off the old wallpaper. So you erase the she here. Before painting the room, comma, she had to strip off the old wallpaper. On entering, this is at the same time as this one. On entering here, when he was entering, he noticed when he was entering the room, so you cross out this he here, on entering the room. You don't have to say when he was entering the room. All right. So he noticed that all the windows were open. While cleaning the room, this is at the same time, yeah. She was cleaning the room. She discovered a locked diary. So you cross out the she here, sharp. While cleaning the room, she, the subject, discovered a locked diary. All right, let's take a look at the context more clearly here. Yeah, he ate breakfast. He ate breakfast, and then he went to school. So you see here, ate happened before went. So you say after eating breakfast. You say that, yeah. After eating breakfast, he went to school. You can also say having eaten breakfast. The same. The meaning is the same. He went to school. Okay, the subject is one. It becomes one sentence here. This is the independent clause. This is the dependent. Dependent means it is attached. It goes with this independent clause. It cannot stand alone. All right, you have to attach this to the independent clause. Okay, number 2, the burglar broke into the house. He stole valuable things and left very quickly. So the burglar here is the same as he here, the same. So you erase the burglar because you want to combine these sentences. After breaking into the house, this one is using after ing it. After breaking into the house, the burglar stole valuable things and left very quickly. So in here, of course, you prefer to use the burglar, not he, because if you say he, then people will be confused. Who do you think? Who are you talking about? So the burglar. Okay, the same subject, but you cross out the first subject, and then you use after breaking. You can also say having broken into the house. The same meaning. It's just after is followed by ing, having is followed by verb 3. Next, number 3, the teacher explained the lesson. The teacher gave the students some exercise. You can use before too here. Before giving some exercise, says exercise says the teacher explained the lesson. Okay, you can use after ing or before ing, but having then verb 3. Number 4, when he was entering the room, he saw a card posted on the door. When he was entering, he, the same subject here. So on entering, on entering. Sometimes you say not on entering, but you say upon entering is also okay. Upon entering the room or on entering the room, he saw a card posted on the door. All right. So this is sequencing. Sequencing means you put in the time order. You have two similar subjects, the same subject. Then you erase one subject and you use after ing or before ing and having verb 3. All right. Yeah. You got it. Now the last one of this review. Past models of deduction. Deduction here means you make a conclusion based on the facts that you see. You deduce. Deduction, yeah. For example, you have three possibilities. One possibility, two, the second possibility, the third possibility, and then you think about them. You think about them, and you deduce which one. Which one? You analyze that. That is deduce. Deduction is the process of making that conclusion, that you learn something. So must is when you believe something certain. Might, something is possible. Can't, something is impossible. All right. For the past, must, might, can't, have, past participle. So this is also called modals plus perfect. Modals plus perfect. Modals plus perfect. Here is an example. You must have enjoyed. Must is the modal. This is the perfect. Modal plus perfect. Must have enjoyed. Might have left. So this is all past tense. This is not now, not future. This is past tense. What happens in the past? I think I might have left my wallet in that store, in the past. So you don't say, I might leave my water in that store. No. If it happens in the past, you don't say, I might leave my wallet in that store. No. You say, I might have left my wallet in that store. So again, this is the past. She hasn't called me, so she can't have gotten my message. Can't have gotten is also in the past. You cannot say, she can't get my message. No, because it is, deduction in the past. Might have plus perfect here can also refer to present or future when a time expression clarifies the context. So you need a time expression. If you don't have a time expression, people will get confused. Now, if you have a time expression, let's just see. I will give him a call, but he may have left by now. By now here means, well, very close to now, like about now, maybe now, may have left by now. By this time next year, I might have moved to Brussels or Brussels. Exactly. By this time next year, it is future. Yeah, I might have moved to Brussels. My sister lives in Brussels. Now, it is also possible to use may instead of might and couldn't instead of can't. She may have stopped to get some gas. May, possibility. They couldn't have gone swimming. It's impossible, but it is in the past. Let's take a look at the example sentences. Number 1, the lamp in the house is on. There must be. Here is now, but it is a deduction. So you have several other options, and then because the lamp is on, there must be someone in the house. I did all right. I did okay in the interview. I might get a job. Might here. It's more like in the future. In the future, I might get a job in the future, but you're not certain. My friend said that the class would resume next week. My friend said, yeah, would resume is past tense, would. But she can't be right. Can't be right here is impossible because the virus is still creeping very dangerously. Don't get here yet. Or she can't be right. The government will will punish the law violators. Number four, Lily did really well on the exam. Did well on the exam. She must have prepared. She must have prepared. Here is deduction to make a conclusion because she did really well. All right, so this is all. A long video. Anyway, please go on to the parts that you're still not sure, and I'm going to give this as our exercise so that you can go back and then take a look. With this vocabulary, if there are still other words that or phrases that you still don't know, please check your dictionary.